ESTA. What do we need it for and why are we doing it? Let's talk about it. You're Ilana.
You're Sean.
And together we are the Down Under Cruisers. Now, on this Carnival Horizon Here We Come series, we are now looking at ESTA. What is this word ESTA?
ESTA is an acronym, ESTA, Electronic System for Travel Authorization. Without it, we cannot step foot in the States.
Okay, so
it's like our visa.
It's like the visa?
Well, it is basically our visa, which is it's valid for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to fill it out, we go to a website. Now, this website was given to us by our travel agent. And we have to be really careful because I know that there are scams out there and people have gone to what they think by Googling for various websites to fill out authorization forms, and they're not the real ones, and they've paid lots of money, and then they find that it's all a scam. So please make sure that if you need to do any of this sort of thing, that you get the genuine link via your travel agent, and your travel agent will give you the genuine link. So we got ours through our travel agent, and it is the official website of the Department of Homeland Security that we go to. And boy, oh boy, there are an awful lot of questions that you need to fill out.
Just be ready for them.
Wow.
In my case, the questions were a few more because I've carried 2 passports. One was the South African one when I left South Africa to come to Australia, and the second one was the Australian passport. So the questions they ask you is basically how many times No, I won't go down that path. But it's akin to a bucket load of questions just to try and figure out your identity. So whether or not you have your old passport number. In my case, I didn't have it because we surrendered the passports fairly quickly. And they weren't worth the paper they were written on at the time. So we just mentioned that I was a South African citizen, and then my citizenship ceremony for Australia as well. They needed that documentation, and then also my Australian passport. So
you will need your passport because they'll ask you your number and expiry date and place of issue and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And they will ask you your criminal record. Have you been arrested for anything? They will ask you some questions about your health and whether you've got communicable diseases, particularly things like smallpox, etc. All the sort of things like that.
Your parents' names.
Yes, all sorts of things. Whether you've got employed or not.
Yes.
And if yes, what your who your employer is, and name and address and phone number, so contactable details. I think they just want to make sure that you're not going to be going over there and secretly going to be working. So they want to know that you actually have a job to go back to.
Yep.
More than anything. And it does pay, to be honest, because they will catch you at the other end. If you've got a memory lapse or something, well, that's okay. But if you're deliberately trying to deceive them, you probably will be turned around and sent home, because this is not a guarantee that you're actually going to get through those custom doors, get the custom gate at the other end. This is just for you, allowing you the privilege of stepping foot in your country, in the States.
Now, let me say that once you've actually done this and you've got the approval.
Oh, you do have to pay for it. There is a cost, isn't there, Sean?
Yeah, there is a cost. The cost is $14 US.
We found very reasonable.
$19 Aussie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once you've actually done this, please print off the documentation, mm-hmm. because when you get to the border, to the customs, it's much easier if you do show them a hard copy. So here's what the paperwork looks like.
You will get an approval. You'll get a pending notice, which looks exactly the same. It just says, instead of approved, it says pending. And then they say it takes about 72 hours, but ours came through, considering I think it was Christmas Eve that we did ours.
Yeah.
It came through pretty
12
much
hours.
within about 10 hours, quite surprised. And there it's approved. And you each have to do your own. You have to do them separately. and you get a number that you can relog back into. You've got a week that you can save and just go along, but after 7 days, you have to start all over again.
So once you're approved, the paperwork is done, print it off, stick it with your passport.
Take that, yep.
And all your other travel documentation that you will have, for example, your bookings, your airline tickets, your health, or everything,
travel insurance.
And what we're busy doing is we're busy putting together a carry-on plastic folder with all the documentation in there, and we're each going to keep a copy because Ilana is pedantic enough to get me to keep a copy. I don't know why. I mean, I couldn't keep my hair, let alone keep some documentation. But at the end of the day, folks, it all adds to us having an enjoyable time while we're away.
And just trying to make sure that everything goes smoothly. I think that's more to the point.
Yep.
We just want to make sure that we do have our, in this day, with what's going on in the world and travel, we want to just make sure that we've covered everything.
We sort of already have.
Across the T's, and well, we think that we've got everything covered.
I think we got it all covered.
Right. Our next episode, we haven't actually. We are planning to do a first aid kit. What we're going to take
with us.
First aid kit is one of our following episodes, and then we will discuss the plans that we have pre and post, and what we're going to do and how we're going to sort that out.
So after all of that heavy paperwork stuff, have a great day.
Have a great day.
We'll catch you around the traps.
See ya.
Take care.